When Scandinavians want to escape city life, many flock to tranquil lakes and snow-covered mountains, seeking solitude in the great outdoors. This, in addition to the clean lines and minimalist design aesthetic that they're known for, is why this Nordic region is the vanguard in elevating a humble cabin into an architectural wonder. These future-looking stays all share similar principles, fusing high-concept architecture with deliberately stripped-back interiors that don't detract from their ornately remote surroundings. Some appear deceptively simple in their choice of natural materials and structure. Others are more obviously bold and brave, referencing local traditions of the past in a new, exciting way. Arctic Bath, Sweden. The 19th century tradition for transporting timber on the Lule River, that was the starting point for the architect Bertil Hallström, when he designed this extraordinary holistic wellness hotel, which opens mid-January. Often when the timber was being transported to the coast, it would get stuck in the rapids, causing a logjam. It could be a really interesting structure, so we took that as a motif, he explains. Made from pine and spruce, the ring-shaped building is designed to float above the water in summer and become part of the frozen landscape in winter. Activities at this time of year include husky sledding and snowmobile rides. There are 6 rooms within it, and another 6 on land with spiky roofs that nods to the tools used to pull the logs apart. All are full of natural stone, leather and iron details, and Swedish-designed furniture. In the restaurants, Sami dishes made with locally sourced ingredients are on the menu, while in the spa, guests will be encouraged to try traditional sauna rituals, ending with a quick dip in the ice-cold river. Svart Hotel, Norway. It's not due to open until 2022, but the ambitious aims of this energy-positive hotel at the foot of Svartesen, the second largest glacier on the Norwegian mainland, are already causing a stir. Snøhetta architects, working with owner-developer Motiph, began by mapping the movement of the sun's radiation. The result is a circular wood and glass building on V-shaped poles in the Hollandsfjord. Topped with solar panels, energy consumption will be roughly 85% lower than modern hotels, and with integrated terraces that shade the 99 rooms, meaning no need for aircon in the summer. Being energy positive is all-encompassing, declares Snøhetta architect and project lead Rikard Jaukes. The geometry of the building is optimized to ensure plus energy harvest, and Svart will employ heat pump technology to generate thermal energy from the fjord. A boardwalk underneath will lead to a floating inner platform for cooking classes, yoga under the midnight sun, and, in winter, warming fireside drinks after days spent ice climbing and trekking. Juvet Landscape Hotel, Norway. The whole concept is about putting contemporary design, these eye-opening minimalist buildings with clean straight lines, into nature, says owner Nut Slinning of Juvet Landscape Hotel. Its 7 secluded landscape rooms and 2 more basic birdhouses are scattered through a forest on an old farm estate less than an hour east of Älvsund. The former are really just glass and timber cubes sitting on stilts with dark paired-backed interiors. The latter, tiny 86 square feet cabins inspired by traditional Norwegian log houses. All were designed by architect Jan Olav of Oslo-based practice Jensen and Skodvin, and built without cutting down trees, which explains their positioning and the differing but equally soul-soothing valley and river views. In complete architectural contest, meals take place in a cozy, restored 100-year-old barn. The cowshed is now the dining room, the pigsty the kitchen, and there's a bathhouse spa for post-ski soaks in the hot tub. The Arctic Hideaway, Norway. Set on the car and shop-free island of Solvær in the Finvær archipelago, this collection of 10 rustic cabins is the brainchild of jazz musician and composer Harvard Lund, whose vision was to create a place for artists, or anyone, to come and be inspired by nature. Several residences take place throughout the year. Half the cabins are for sleeping. The rest comprise a bathhouse for showering, a changing room, a chill-out space with a piano, a sauna on the pier, and a kitchen dining area with a fully stocked help-yourself pantry, where guests can whip up their own meals. Designed by TYIN Tengnestu Architects and Rintala Egerson Architects, each timber dwelling is raised off the ground on steel columns. The taller, narrower units have bunk beds, others have twin beds, with interior plywood walls and large picture windows. Activities, sea eagle safaris, hiking, fishing, can be arranged, but most simply come here to take in the tranquil, natural beauty. Bergaliv, Sweden. When lawyer Staffan Mikaelsson was looking for a piece of forestry land to invest in, he came across an abandoned slalom slope for sale overlooking Asberget Mountain in northern Sweden and knew it was just the spot to build 4 cabins. His architect daughter, Hannah, came on board and the first loft house opened in 2017. The second is slated for spring. The 32-foot-tall pine and spruce structure, which was based on traditional Habre buildings used to store grains, has a top deck to make the most of the valley views. And below that, an open-plan 150-square-foot space with an L-shaped window seat, a kitchenette, and 2 futon mattresses that hang on the wall during the day. The idea is simplicity. We wanted nature to talk and the house to be silent, says Mikaelsson, citing Japanese aesthetics as another design reference. The Retreat Hotel at Blue Lagoon, Iceland. It was the natural formation of the once molten lava plain on the Blue Lagoon south bank that determined the location of this sleek, low-rise, 62-suite hotel, which opened last year. Founder of Basalt Architects, Sigurður Sigþórsdóttir, worked to the guiding principle that the grey concrete, rusted metal, and Jatoba wood building should feel at one with the landscape. All suites come with floor-to-ceiling windows. Those on the upper level look out onto a moss-covered horizon, while on the ground floor, the best have a wooden platform and steps down to a private section of mineral-rich waters for bathing. The slate and warm timber color palette continues inside, complemented with tonal B&B Italia furniture. There's also a cocooning subterranean spa, daily yoga sessions, and guided adrenaline-pumping hikes. And the Michelin Guide recommended Moss Restaurant, where the 7-course set menu is a reimagining of Icelandic dishes. Vipp Shelter, Sweden. Danish design brand Vipp might be best known for its original 1939 pedal bin, now in MoMA's collection, but these days the company has an entire range of products, including furniture, modular kitchens, and a Swedish holiday cabin in the woods. The premise is simple: a black steel box elevated off the ground with a wall of sliding glass doors to blur the boundary between outside and in. We've deliberately used dark grey tones inside so that nature is the focus, says chief designer Morten Bo Jensen, listing fishing and summer canoeing on Lake Imeln among the activities available. 2 chambers rise from the roof. One is a skylight above part of the open-plan kitchen and dining area. The other is a mezzanine loft, where guests climb a ladder to a bed and lie under a window, looking up at the stars. Magic. And as you'd expect, everything from the sculptural pendant lights to the organic cotton towels is, of course, by Vipp. The 7th room at Treehotel, Sweden. All the rooms at the Treehotel in Swedish Lapland, which include a mirrored cube, a bird's nest, and a UFO, have been designed by renowned Scandinavian architects. The latest addition, which opened in 2017, is the 7th room by Snøhetta Architects, a charred timber-clad cabin suspended on columns 32 feet above the ground within the pine canopy and with views of the Lule River. Inside, birch plywood walls and blonde wooden furniture make a light contrast to the dark exterior. There are 2 bedrooms with floor-to-ceiling windows and skylights, and a Northern Lights lounge, an ideal spot for watching the Aurora Borealis, with a pellet-burning stove and glass doors that open onto a double-layered net terrace.